Hey, welcome to our episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. This is a beer I've had in the fridge since before Christmas. I just never got around to drinking. Just kind of found it back there. So this is Funky Buddha Last Snow. Porter with coffee and natural coconut flavor, 6.4 ABV. An ode to those rare days the needle drop dips below 70. Last Snow tastes the way a winter wonderland feels. So we get it into the glass, and it looks like a cup of coffee coming out of the can. You know, it's like a brown. It's got a little bit of a haze or cloudiness to it. It does pour to a nice big, light brown foamy head. Although, as always, it has fizzled away. Let's give it a whiff. I definitely get a lot of coconut on here. Almost smells like a coconut cream pie. Has like a sweet aroma, but that coffee is there as well. But it seems to me like a cold brew type of coffee, like a literal cold coffee you would get in a can like this. Almost like a creamer smell too, like or a half and half type. Yeah, so I mean it's coffee, coconut, sweet cream. By the way, it's only 6.4 ABV, so it's not those giant Hop and Frog Imperial Stouts from last week. But, yeah, I mean, it smells really good. I'm trying to pick out maybe like some earthy, spicy hops, maybe. They're kind of muted there. And I'm trying to pick up like actual base malt, but, the coconut and the coffee are like overriding the base brew. By the way, when I first moved to Florida in 2015, this was the must-have beer. I reviewed this back in 2017, and so it was like such a chase beer, and like now you can get it like in gas stations. That's awesome. All right, let's dive in here. Cheers. Haven't had this in a while. It always comes out in the winter, hence the name. And I forgot how good it was. And this is actually kind of an old can. It says drink best before February 2023. Well, we only got a few days left in the month, so which makes me think this was probably canned in August or September. But yeah, I'm not noticing any oxidation on it, and the flavor seems to be just as strong as it would be fresh. So I would describe it as a fairly sweet beer. It's interesting because it's a porter, and I can definitely taste porter. So it's like porter is the difference between porter and stouts, which you should get my book. Porters just don't have that intense roasty, like burnt flavor of the stout. They're usually much more fruity, and that's what I'm tasting here because this is actually a rather sweet beer overall, but not cloying, not an imperial pastry stout. So, it's like, 6.4. I mean, it's a pretty standard, strong porter strength. It's far from a session and far from imperial, right there in the middle. But you have that coffee and the coconut additives are, like I said on the nose, they're dominating the palate as well. And like I said, it has like a kind of a sweet flavor to it. When it's 6.4, you're not feeling it, not tasting it, which, it's pretty normal for 6.4. But it does have, quite a bit of body to it. I would probably call it like medium full. I wouldn't call it straight up full. Carbonation is about medium, which a slightly higher carbonation makes it seem like a thinner, lighter beer. Yeah, what's nice is that coffee has like a real cold brew kind of taste to it, so it's not like, it's interesting. It's like it's kind of sweet and roasty at the same time. I mean, if you've never had cold brew coffee, it's hard to explain. But it's just lacking like that, that bitter, acrid roast that you tend to get like in a lot of imperial stouts, or like even like a Guinness or something like that. Yeah, really good balance of base brew porter and the coconut and coffee. It's not seem like gimmicky to me or anything like that. Yeah, and it's nice that we can get this beer pretty much anywhere. It doesn't, since I've had this beer many times, it doesn't quite blow my mind now the way that it did back in 2017. But yeah, I really like it. I'm gonna go 4.25 for Last Snow. I mean, it's still a solid dessert beer. It's actually kind of versatile enough too that I think you could do this with a meal. It's like I will say it's sweet, but it also like the coconut, and the coffee are both sweet and have like a spice kick to them at the same time. It's nice because like a lot of coffee beers, they can have like a jalapeno flavor to them, and this doesn't. So I mean, you can either pair this with dessert or as dessert itself, or I think it would stand up to like most red meat, anything like that. So, all right, well, if you watch all the way in, you're awesome. Thanks for watching, and cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it.
Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.